Miguel, I do love somebody that much. I love someone so much that if he dies, I'll die too. Don't you see? It's you, Miguel. I love you.
Look, don't get me wrong. I believe with all my heart that Luis and I are going to get married. We're gonna have a beautiful wedding, find a sweet little home, start a family. Just not right now.
Oh, I still don't get it. If you know that you're gonna end up together, why wait?
Because that's what would make Luis feel more comfortable.
Well, I'm sure if you talk to him
Luis
about
is a very proud and stubborn man. Those are two of the things that I love most about him. Even if I were to convince him to marry me now, it would color the rest of our lives together. I would always feel like I pressured him to make a decision before he was ready to make one.
Okay, I see. So, you're gonna sacrifice what you want for him? You're just gonna sit around and push down your feelings while you wait for this proud and stubborn guy to propose to you?
You know me better than that.
You're right. That wasn't fair. I know you're a strong and independent woman.
Which is why I'm willing to wait for Luis. I've waited an entire lifetime to find a man like him. Surely I can wait a little bit longer.
Sheridan, that's not what this is about. This is about finding the right person and making a great leap of faith together, even if it seems precipitous. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I know what it's like firsthand to take something for granted and then have it snatched out from under you in a blink of an eye. I don't want that to happen to you and Luis. Not if you really love him.
Maybe you're right.
I have got nothing against a head over heels, out of your mind crazy kind of love.
But you sound like you do. You know, you sound like getting married is some kind of unpleasant adult obligation that you put off as long as you can. It's like waiting until April 15th to file your taxes.
No, all I am saying is one of these days you gotta come down to earth. You gotta realize that marriage is more than the last page in a fairy tale that says they lived happily ever after.
But I know that, Luis.
Love. There's love. Love is something that just happens, you know? It gets you in that love clutch. And you just can't do anything about it. It's out of your control.
It's great.
Yeah, it is. A marriage. Marriage is a serious commitment that you gotta take your time with. It's one major decision in your life that you've got some say in. Now, it's one thing. It's one thing to stand there in a church and to look down the aisle at the person you love. That's a whole other thing to know that you can keep those promises you make at the end of the aisle.
I know.
Right. Now, when I put that ring on Sheridan's finger, I want to mean every word that I say about loving and honoring and respecting her. I don't want to mess it up. I just want it to be right. And now do you understand why I don't think I can ask her to marry me?
Bottle, truth do tell. Who's the cleverest witch from hell?
You are beauteous, Hecuba.
That's what I thought. Beauteous and cunning. Me throw in the towel. In your dreams, Tabitha.
Really, Princess, Timmy would sleep a lot better if Tabby would just get rid of the ball tonight.
Oh, stop being such a nervous Nelly, Timmy. I'm not going to let Hecuba out. And this is the last time I'll speak to her for at least a couple of centuries. What's the worst that can happen?
All Timmy knows is that Hecuba turned Timmy into a poodle, a monkey, and a goat. Next time, she could turn Timmy into something even worse. Maybe even a cat.
Oh, stop. stop it. You'll give yourself nightmares. Hecuba. Timmy thinks I shouldn't trust you. Is he right?
Poor boy. I probably scared the dickens out of him with my little animal game. Tell him to relax. My powers, as you can see, are almost totally zapped. And I have nothing left to console me except my sour little dreams of all the evil seeds I planted.
What evil seeds?
You know, the curses I put on the locals. The hardest part about losing, though, is not that I am losing to you. You have been a more than worthy enemy.
As are you, Hecuba.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. The hardest part about losing, the absolutely worst part, is that I won't see my curses grow to fruition. You see, without someone to follow through, all my evil will go to waste. Oh, I just can't bear to think about it.
Good.
Well, I wouldn't mind taking a look at some of these evil seeds you've planted, just for old time's sake.
Would you, Tabitha? I would be ever so grateful.
Oh no. Here it comes.
Your love means a lot to me, Kay. But I'm not talking about the love between friends.
Neither am I. I would do anything for you, Miguel. I was just afraid to tell you because I didn't know how you feel about me.
You know I care about you, Kay.
You remember the first time we were down in the mine shaft and you said that if Charity had never come to Harmony, you and I would be together now? You didn't mean it, did you?
Of course I did. If I hadn't met Charity, it would have been you and me. I wasn't thinking before when I said that Charity was the only one I'd risk my life for. I'd do it for you too, Kay.
Really?
Absolutely. I've never been very good at expressing my emotions, but that doesn't mean I don't feel strongly. How long have you felt this way about me?
Long time, Miguel. A really long time.
Don't cry, Kay. I do love you.
I think the worst thing I could do would be to marry Sheridan.
Every time I give that guy the benefit of the doubt, he does something that makes me want to deck him.
Ethan, calm down.
No, I mean it. Look, he knows you want to get married right now. I mean, why can't he just step up to the plate and do it? I should talk to him.
Don't. I've already put enough pressure on Luis about this. You know, when the time is right, he'll ask.
So what are you going to do until that time?
Enjoy what we have together right now. It's not the worst thing in the world.
All right, I'm not going to argue with you if that's what you want. But at least tell him how you feel.
Look, you go ahead, right? You plan your wedding with Ethan. I'm sure it'll be perfect no matter what the budget is. But it'll just be you. It'll be you and Ethan. One bride, one groom. I'm gonna go talk to Sheridan.
Stop worrying about me. I'm just happy being with Louise.
You know, Luis and I had the best talk about marriage.
Yeah. It took a while, but eventually I got her to understand.
That my brother is way too conservative and too careful for his own good. In love, just like in life, sometimes you gotta take a deep breath and just step off the end of the pier. More than ever, I am convinced the four of us are gonna have a double spring wedding.
Teresa, You said that you understood where I was coming from.
I do. You made me realize what a big deal a wedding is. It means taking on an enormous responsibility.
Exactly.
That's why I'm gonna do all the organizing and planning. Yeah, and Sheridan can pitch in if she wants to on the music, the flowers, everything. But you don't have to give it a second thought. All you have to do is show up on the big day. You will see. This is going to be the most perfect double wedding that's ever happened in Harmony.
You see what you're getting yourself into if you marry my sister? Once she's set her mind to something, that's it. Her way or the highway.
Actually, Teresa's conviction is one of the reasons why I love her so much. I mean, I used to be just like you, Luis. I used to think through every decision at least 1,000 times before I even took a baby step. But Teresa has made a believer out of me. When she says something is destined to happen, it usually is.
Two of a kind, huh? Guess they're meant for each other.
So it seems.
Well, thank God that you and I are sensible enough not to base our life decision on a piece of paper and a fortune cookie, right?
I wouldn't want to do that after what mine said.
Exactly. Now, the important thing is not that my sister doesn't understand why we're not ready to get married. It's that you and I do.
Tell him how you feel. Tell him how you really feel.
That's my girl. No more crying. Now, do you believe how much I care about you? There's a lot of things I'm just starting to find out about myself. And Mama always used to say that I had a lot of Teresa and Luis in me, but I never knew what she meant. Teresa, she wears her heart on her sleeve. You know, she shouts out her feelings to the world, whether they want to hear them or not. Luis, he's the opposite. You know, he feels things really deeply, but he keeps them barricaded inside of himself. He has a big wall up. I guess that's from having to step into Papa's shoes when he was just a kid. He feels responsible for us. And that's how I know it's the real thing between him and Sheridan. Because this is the first time he's ever let his guard down. Even a little bit.
So which one are you more like?
Until I met Charity, I was more like Luis. Afraid to let things show. But Charity, she's opened me up. She's taught me how to trust. And she showed me how important love is. I can't imagine my life without her. And that's why I have to try to save her.
Wait. There's something I want you to do before you go back in there.
So